though I don't know how many I have. Alright, so I'm going to play Half-Life Uplink, which is the single-player demo of Half-Life 1 that came out shortly after Half-Life 1 did. And it's my favorite Half-Life thing, because it's not actually just a chapter cut out of the full game, but a chapter they made especially for the demo, I believe. It was probably not, from whole cloth. There was probably some cut levels lying around that they worked off of to make it, but maybe not. But the general vibe you get off it is that they got really good at making Half-Life by the time they had finished Half-Life, and this is what they then immediately did, which is just make one chapter of really good Half-Life to help sell the game. And this is a ported to Steam by some fan version of it, which if you Google it, you will find, and you should definitely play it because it's great. It's the best Half-Life chapter. Here we go. The other reason I'm playing it is because I love it, and it's probably time I played a Half-Life thing that I didn't just dump on the entire time. Turns out I'm less fond of Half-Life 2 than I remember being.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions.
Containment failure plus 48 hours. It's 2 days in. And it says evaluation in progress because it's a demo. Yeah, I played Uplink a long time before I played Half-Life as well. Even in this hallway, there's actually... let me know if the volume of the game is too loud or too quiet. They actually keep music at a track, which is interesting because you wouldn't have got it when you played this unless you had the full game CD in. So, they've got these fake volumetric lights made out of rotating brushes. They've done the thing where they add some brushes on the surface of a texture to sort of add some depth. And the place immediately starts falling apart because of airstrikes. So there's a lot of detail already, a lot more than you get in most areas of Half-Life 1. Alright, let me see what I can do about that. Let's see. Let me know how this is. Hopefully it's a bit quieter. Cool, that's fine. So I guess this is an entrance to the Lambda complex. You get in there a different way in the full game. There's nice United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I don't think that ever comes up in the full game, but they're mentioned a couple of times in this.
Open up the reactor complex so we can get down to safety.
I'm sorry, but those doors will not open until we send the all clear.
So send it already.
I would love to do that, but the aerial bombardment has made a wreck of my transmitter. The cables are severed. We'd have to aim it by hand, and I'm getting high radiation levels in the transmitter dome. Nobody but a fool would go in there.
What about this guy?
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yes, you could survive in that suit of yours. Very well. I will lower security on the satellite access elevator, and you can go up into the dome. I'll try to help you over the intercom.
That's like a different Lambda spray than I think you get in Half-Life Deathmatch. Look at all this attention to detail in the scripting. Sounds when he boops on the console. When this elevator arrives, Barney gets out his gun, like... Oh, no, it's fine. Coast clear, bro.
I'll stay here and guard this area.
Scripted line there. So it really feels like a level of Half-Life that's made after everyone working on it has really come to grips very well with everything they're doing, with all their tools.
All right.
Roger that. Let's run like hell.
Come with me, my pretties. Does anything happen if I bring him down to the
You
door?
have to leave me here, Gordon.
Yeah, righto.
I'll stay here and guard this area.
Such detail. This elevator actually says where it's going. Classic Half-Life weird thing of a hallway that's full of breakable crate. But I don't know, you could maybe assume that they the dudes down there had actually barricaded it, since it feels like they've barricaded themselves in there. Roaches. And alright, so you have to come in here to get the crowbar. And then I guess I'll do it this way first. There's two ways through here. Yeah, this is the demo of Half-Life 1, which is its own chapter that they made after they made the game, and so it is like a very high standard of Half-Life chapter. Oh, that's interesting. This time I spray painted it and put a glass texture on the wall. I do remember that happening. Don't know what the deal is though. My first head crabs. Barney covers you.
That was close. Bet you're glad I got this old sidearm on me, aren't you?
And that, bet you're glad I got my old sidearm on me, aren't you? Is a scripted line as well. So you'll hear that every time you come through. There's a gun here. And look, a shotgun that's hidden in that room. What the heck? So, the reason I came through this way first is I don't want Barney to die, and he dies if you come through the other way, because he can't defeat that many head crabs. But yeah, this is like the most detailed vending machine explosion in Half-Life, so... See a bunch of cans poured out, and then some poured out with like higher velocity when the explosion happened. The swingy hinge bit, it's got everything. Yeah, I think maybe the sidearm line happens like occasionally when he kills somebody. But no, it actually might not, you might be right. Ah. Fall through a vent into a ceiling and then through the ceiling. Yeah, you get the shotgun on me. What's that stench, he says. It felt really reactive, the Barney dialogue going here.
Okay, I'll cover you.
Actually, I'll leave him here in case.
Go on without him.
Just for a minute. So here we've got a head crab that's actually on the head of the corpse. It's not actually playing a special animation or anything, it's just been placed there. But, and this I remember a lot because it was whatever year the Half-Life came out when I played this, and I was only young, and mouse look was not ubiquitous yet anyway, so I was playing it with the arrow keys. And when it came to this, I was like, how the fuck do I get these trip mines? So I would page up and page down until I got it. And I think enter was shoot. Yep. But, so this is what made me do start using mouse to look. There's a zombie behind here, give you a bit of a scare, but and there's like an extra scripted explosion in there that's not just the strength of the two trip mines.
Yeah, let's go. I don't know if we should go any further. This doesn't look right.
I think that's scripted as well, but it is right, it's fine. Come on, Barney, don't die. Oh shit. I played as far as this just before the stream, and there was a good moment where he killed one of the guys and he goes, haha, got one, and then he kills another and he goes, haha, got another one. This is I really like the lighting in this map, the dusky sky outside, and this is a more detailed warehouse than you tend to get in Half-Life 1. No, that's kind of a weird thing to say, especially since it's not actually detailed at all. But and the lighting is nice. I don't know. It feels kind of real, like the fluorescent lights, the spotlights in the darkness. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of going to my my primary school after dark, which would happen occasionally. So I could open this here, but I'm not going to because Barney isn't safe through here. So I might kind of lead him. I'll put him back here because I worry about him, and I know later there's going to be fighting here. So just
Okay, I'll wait here and help anyone else who comes by.
yeah, you just stay there. Yeah, you're right. Bleak white lighting is the good shit, especially at dusky times. I don't know if I'm imagining it. I suspect not, but I think the Marine dialogue that they idly chatter to each other is kind of is better here too. It's just a script file that you change, but I think the sentences are solid. Also, there's Black Mesa branded shipping containers. Those don't appear in the full game, I don't think. Here is a classic demo bit. Watch this. Mounted gun. Oh. Yeah, I don't usually get hit there, but I'll live. Terrifying. How many viewers we got? Ooh, there's health over there. As you can imagine, little Joe doing this with the arrow keys did not have a good time. Yeah, there's a Marine with a mounted gun down there. That's something else you rarely see. Nailed it.
Maintain lookout.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a guy in this shipping container as well. Oh.
Detected.
Owned. Okay. Nice.
Movement check. Over. No movement this level.
That's not all, is it? I definitely remember there being more guys than that. Maybe it's just because I was playing with arrow keys. Oh.
Loss detected.
That's good shit. I guess the turret's pretty OP. Let me just check something. Alright. Something else I like about this level is there's actually opportunities to stealth. Quite a few. The hazard course does point out specifically that you are stealthy when you're crouching, but there's not that many times when you need to do it. That was weird. I want to reload that. I want to show you something. Yeah, there's a scientist execution squad thing happening now. That was not the finest hour of this AI. Oh shit. Yeah, I really like the lighting here. The contrast is really nice. All the red and blue crates. Good death animations. Oh, almost dead. This is when Half-Life combat is good. Oh! When you run around taking cover because you're actually in danger. And you have to outflank dudes, and they're reasonably smart themselves. Half-Life 2, I would just have run through this because I would never have lost that much health. And if I did, the next crate would fill me right back up, so... You never really have to worry in Half-Life 2, but...
Detected. Vital signs critical.
Let's go!
Nailed it. I've got one of these, I guess this is the transmitter thing I'm supposed to get to. That's as good a job as they could really do with a sphere in this engine, I guess. This is a fun little story detail there, like the army are burning Vortigons. The whole idea of there being a military cover-up doesn't really jive with what Half-Life 2 then decides is going on, where I guess the lore of Half-Life 2 is that as soon as the Black Mesa incident happens, portals start appearing everywhere on the planet. Which, you know, obviously covering this up wouldn't be a priority at that point, but it works for Half-Life 1.
Squad, all hostiles clear.
Classic moment.
Command post, team in position, over.
That's the good shit. And here you have that scientist that we spoke to earlier talks to us over the intercom like he said he would.
Wait a minute, and I'll let you in.
He's watching us through this camera which turns to face us, which is not a thing you ever saw in a full game. Guess that guy's gun landed right on the button. So this syncs up with the main Half-Life story in a weird way. Weird only because Gordon can't really be in two places at once, but so you launch a satellite rocket in Half-Life 1, and this transmitter thing apparently needs to be set up correctly.
Freeman, you'll want to work quickly. Tune the transmitter to the USNRC. I repeat, tune to the USNRC.
For that whole thing to work. And in episode 2 they come to rely on that satellite that you launch in Half-Life 1. Which, if this demo were canon, the usefulness of that satellite is contingent on my doing this, but that doesn't happen in Half-Life 1, so it's just a weird little thing. Kind of slightly alternate reality. Yeah, true. Got another of these cameras watching us here.
Excellent. I'm sending the all clear and the doors should open now. We'll meet you down below.
Oh no! Ah! Alright, I didn't realize the catwalk collapsed there.
Excellent. I'm sending the all clear and the doors should open now. We'll meet you down below.
Marines are blowtorching this door, which is a nice touch. That's interesting. Catwalk gibs. Never seen those.
Well, I seem to be seriously wounded. I don't think I can last much longer.
I like that you find this guy with a torch and a shotgun. Like he's the only other scientist in Black Mesa who's been putting up a fight against anything. Whoa. Yeah, that's something that I really liked in Half-Life 1. Does it ever happen in the main game? The blowtorching a door thing? There is a test map in the leaked Half-Life 2 of where some Combine soldiers do that. They blowtorch a door and then they physics kick it in. But they didn't end up doing that. I guess the equivalent of that in Half-Life 2 is those little Combine door locks that can explode. This spooked me the heck out when I was a kid. This is the first time I saw barnacles, and they get a much better introduction in this demo than they do in Half-Life 2. It's also interesting how you get a zombie carrying a couple of people past here. I think they just ripped that out of Blast Pit. You do see that happen at one point in Half-Life 1. You never really see zombies do anything as considered as that in Half-Life 2. Might not be a bad thing. That's a cool spook moment as well. I don't think the Combine blowtorch any doors. I think they just set off those little Combine locks. They just blow them in. Oh, is there a blowtorch scene in the bank? No, we never do find out what happens to Shepard. Presumably he's just still in that helicopter. Oh. This is a fun thing about the Half-Life 1 zombie. You can see a skull through its presumably thin flesh. pretty spoopy again. I'd say it's fair to say that Shepard's canon status is in dispute. While Valve didn't have that much to do with Opposing Force, they did like veto a bunch of story stuff, so they cared to some extent what story they told. And Mark Laidlaw did write the G-Man speech at the end. Also, there's some dialogue in the leak Half-Life 2 that, you know, obviously not necessarily canon itself, but where Eli does talk about how Black Mesa got nuked, which is a thing that happened in Opposing Force. So, which at one point they were planning on accepting as canon, I suppose.
Lacerations detected. Power 15%.
There's a lot of unused HEV suit dialogue recorded that I kind of wish was in the game. There are lines recorded for the first time you pick up every single weapon. The suit would be like, alien weapon detected, or MP5 with underbarrel grenade launcher detected, stuff like that. You're late, Max. You'll have to watch it on YouTube later. No, I'm playing Uplink right now. It's all good. Although I am most of the way through it, I think. Maybe I'm half, or a bit more than halfway through it. I'm at the part where you backtrack and aliens have showed up. This is, this demo really is such a greatest hits. Like, it's got all the best things of Half-Life. It's got three-way conflict with me versus the soldiers versus the aliens. It's got really good scripted sequences. It's got Barney time. It's great when you have Barney coming around with you, keeping you company while you do stuff. It's got great reactive dialogue. So you can come this way, but they've closed the gate now. Something I didn't do before was shoot that gas can. Not really any point, but it's cool. This is neat too. Somebody bothered to make a drip for this med bit. I'm gonna read the chat for a second. Grats on cleaning, Max. Oh yeah, well, an HLDM map that put those voiceovers back in would be incredibly annoying. I think it would be good if it just happened the first time you ever picked up that weapon in a single player. Yeah, so Uplink is the demo of Half-Life 1, but they didn't just make the demo a level cut out of the full game. This is a level that isn't in the full game that they made especially for a demo. Or I guess they made a chapter that shows off all the best things about this game, and then made that the demo, and it's fucking great. Let's see if Barney's where I left him. Yes, he is. Haha. Hey, what you?
Shot.
I did. That was a good shot. See, how good was that fight? That was the best. Me and Barney, soldiers, aliens.
Okay, we might live longer if we work together.
For whatever reason, in the parts of City 17 where you fight alongside the citizens, I feel like none of them come close to being as likable as Barney is in Half-Life 1. And neither does Barney in Half-Life 2. He's even worse. But I'm just being really negative to Half-Life 2, and these aren't things that I feel like I can explain well enough that I'm not just being a dick, so maybe I should shut up. I think it's the delivery of his lines. I think it feels really forced in Half-Life 2. I don't know.
Survive this with all my parts.
Same. So when I played this when I was little, I distinctly remember taking ages to approach this door because I was so scared by the sounds. I think I had EX. I like that the explosion interrupted his idle chit-chat. Stealth. Whoa.
Yeah, I'll wait here.
No, come with me.
Out of here.
I don't know if he can get through this door. Yeah, he wants to stay here. HL1 Barney looks like... He doesn't look like the young man that they make Half-Life 2 Barney into. He seems old and haggard to me. Just like a steely badass. Catch you later.
See you later.
Yeah. It feels necessary to take cover from land enemies a lot more often in Half-Life 1 than it does in Half-Life 2. The only thing I really remember taking cover from in Half-Life 2 is gunships and maybe Striders. And a helicopter, which I think all have the same gun. Someone should remake Half-Life 2 in the Half-Life 1 engine.
Get back!
Got one.
My
Raymond.
spray's still here.
Who would have thought you'd still be alive?
I would hope that you would think I'd still be alive since you sent me on that job. But, alright, man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, Gordon. Can't get any worse than this, can it?
Probably can.
Yeah, we might stand a better chance if we team up. You have any idea what's going on?
This is a weird little hovel. Should probably be a door here or something.
Is someone there? I can't see a thing.
See, that never happens
Like a cold one right now.
in the whole game.
I'm going to
It's-
stay here and wait for my colleague.
It's something that isn't in Half-Life 1, but is in the demo that makes it a bit more horrifying, the process of being zombified by one of these things. We're under there conscious and able to speak, but you can't move, and this thing is presumably hacking into your skull.
Be it for us at the end of all this.
I am not at all sure.
That is the second time in as many minutes he's talked about beer. I think he got a problem. So then you try and hack it off him, of course, and he dies. That sounds interesting. I want to play that.
That's one less horror.
See, this is a trap. That hound eye runs around the corner. And, if I'm not mistaken...
This is as far as I go.
Bring it on!
I remember, it could have just been luck, but I remember one time when I came along here with Barney, he goes, I smell an ambush, we'd better be careful. And he's right, because it is an ambush. These two dirtbags tried to kill me with servers. I like to get to let Barney get a kill in.
In my throat.
Where'd that come from? Hey, it's Don Honk. What's up, Don Hawk?
What's up?
So, I guess you're watching a stream. We're most of the way through Uplink.
I am, yeah, and I just got in from Walmart.
Oh yeah?
Like a true American, yeah.
I've been to Walmart once before. Everything had 5 cheeses in it. Is mainly what I remember.
Yeah, I went into the Blu-ray bin and got Ghost in the Shell for $7.
The anime or the movie?
Yeah, the anime. Well, the anime movie.
Well, but not the Scarlett Johansson one.
No, Scarlet is she's better left lost in translation. In my opinion.
Oh shit. So yeah, sorry, I didn't know you were out, or I wouldn't have started until you showed up. But
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I was out with family, and it's hard to wrangle them away from aisles.
I just got stuck. I can't move.
Oh dear. Like, perma-stuck.
Oh no, I'm all the way back here.
I thought this game was this demo was polished.
See, they run all the way to the back there. Oh, they don't set off the ambush just for Barney.
Stand back.
I feel like I've never heard him say "stand back" before.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna turn on the screen for a second.
Son of a... They killed Barney. Rip.
Oh no! He ran into that corner. Oh my god, that was pretty funny timing.
This is some nice,
Hips flying out.
these pillars are nice. They're like broken under the stress of whatever's pushing down on the place. There's airstrikes, I suppose.
Yeah, it's some good stuff. It's so jank, but it's like, hey, it represents what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't need more than that.
You guys can hear Don Honk, right? And does Don Honk's volume need boosting?
Yeah, I think I heard myself on the stream.
Alright, cool. Funny how the Valve logo is on a lot of the events in this game.
Oh, sorry, say again?
The Valve logo is on a lot of the events in this game. It's kind of weird.
Oh, hey, look at that. Interesting. It's like detailing it up. Needs boosting. Okay.
Needs boosting, okay.
That's-
Can you do that, or should I do that at my end?
I think I can do it.
I hope so, because I'm not really sure how.
There. I'm maxed out on my end, I think.
You sound the same to me. Let's see. Maybe...
Yeah, the brushwork is a little bit jank on that, but...
Alright, I just cranked you a little.
Alright, crank that, soldier boy.
Yeah, let us know if it's actually bad, like actively bad.
Yeah, if it's aggressively bad, let me know.
So we saw the Barnacle get a better introduction than it does in Half-Life 1, and the Garg does as well. Check this out.
Oh, this is such a cool hallway that makes no sense, but it's, like, perfect.
Yeah.
He's so scary in this, because it's like, he's over there, and, oh man.
It is Don Honk.
Confirmed.
Your audio is a little bit scratchy, actually, compared to the other day.
Yeah, I think it's because I keep boosting it to sound better on stream. You know what? Let me try this. How is this? Why does he sound so worse? I don't know, maybe Skype?
Yeah, super blown out, but still not very loud. That's what I'm getting out of it. Well, this is almost the end of Half-Life Uplink. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I'll probably play some Episode 2 after this, because Episode 2 is fucking great as well. Here's something interesting. Robert Yang points out a lot of things in his Level With Me videos that are great. Like how often a ceiling light won't actually be affixed to a ceiling in Half-Life 1, and it usually doesn't matter because you can't get up there. Here you can get up here and it's just, well, it's a floating light.
Oh, that's kind of funny. And even then, I never noticed really. So
I mean, this is the first time I've noticed it, so
exactly right. Yeah. How many times have you played Uplink? You think?
a lot when I was a kid. Probably 2 or 3 since I've been older.
Yeah, I think I played it twice. One with you, one single player later. I tried to adjust my mic a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's helping.
I'm not sure exactly how the lightning effects work in Gold Source. Just some cool effect where like it draws kind of a ribbon of polygons, I guess, and has a translucent texture on them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You can get at the code though; it's in the SDK. That exact way of doing it is still in Half-Life 2, and they use it occasionally. In fact, if you spawn a Vortal in Half-Life 2, not the episodes, and you have it fight, I think you get that effect when it fires. What?
Yeah, like. Here's another cool sequence that also the scale up seems totally wacky.
This is the best scene.
It's still cool.
There's the G-Man.
Oh shoot! I don't know if I.
Just strolls off towards a sign marked exit that is flashing. So that'll be an end of texture toggle.
Get out of this, do you?
Current evaluation. Uplink completed.
Oh man, so good.
Require further data. That is, buy the full video game.
So how did you get your hands on the demo back then?
I would have been on a disc. It was probably on a PC Power Play cover disc.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up actually.
Yeah, it was.
Power Play.
So yeah, that's like the best chunk of Half-Life that exists, I think. It's really great. It just shows to me how good they were at making Half-Life by the time they finished doing so. And
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
so let's see if we can get your volume up a little. Oh, you know what? I turned my desktop audio down on the stream a bit, and I think I can turn it back up because Half-Life 1 was just blown out a bit.
Just out of control with the volume. I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm also trying to talk more directly into the mic, so that might help.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Half-Life 1 is a great game, but, you know, it's got bad bits, it's got bits that drag. It's got a lot of them, I guess, these days, that haven't aged that well, but everything in Uplink, I feel like, has aged excellently. Apart from, you know, the graphics, and even them. Even the graphics, you know, they're fine for what they are. But,
For sure.
all of that gameplay is fun, nothing is bullshit. There's really good scripted sequences, really good introductions of each enemy. So it's really a cut above. Not because Half-Life 1 is bad, just because they were so good at making it by the time they made the demo. And you kind of see that as well with Episode 2, I think. So I've been playing Half-Life 2 on stream, you know, a couple of times this week, I guess. And it's been coming out that I kind of don't like it as much as I remember that I do. It's kind of a frustrating bad time, for the most part. Or at least towards the start of the game. I had a good time in Ravenholm, but everything before that, gameplay-wise, is kind of lame. The talkie scenes are great.
We've played it a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is totally like through the lens of I've played it a bunch of times and it no longer impresses me in the same ways, but
yeah.
But that's part of why I think negatively of it is like it turns out 10 years later when most of the stuff in it is not technically impressive anymore. Some of it still is. When you're no longer wowed by that stuff, I feel like it should still be good, but it isn't as much. Whereas Half-Life 1, nothing in that will wow you technologically at all anymore, but it still really grabs you and is really good. Ah, water.
Yeah, there's like nice. Actually, I'm gonna drink some water as well.
I feel like that's the deal with Episode 2 as well. Is it's like they made Half-Life 2 and it took them so long, and then they got like by the time they finished with it, they were really good at it. And Episode 1 was I thought was better than Half-Life 2 when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why they would think like, oh well, why don't we just make episodes? But I guess it got a little more complicated than that.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
how do you
who
pirate
knows?
Portal? Like, I never pirated
Yeah,
a Valve game.
Yeah, me neither.
That sounds intense.
Sounds difficult. It's crazy to pirate Portal because
Yeah, was there like
it got given
hacked
out free a
Steam
lot.
client or something?
There's definitely hacked Steam client.
Oh, okay.
But
That's interesting because I knew about Half-Life. I mean, I was a Half-Life fan. When
yeah,
Half-Life 2 came out.
yeah. Portal was the first game out of the orange box that I played because I was so excited for it.
Yeah, probably the same here.
Took me like 2.5 hours to beat it.
Fucking good ass game that.
I'm sure either of us could do it in like 20 minutes now.
Yeah, hack Steam clients. That's interesting. It's like bringing back memories of like looking up how to do that, like how to pirate Steam games. But I don't think I ever went through with it because it seemed like sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
A lot of .ru domains.
At the time as well, piracy was definitely like just more difficult than having it on Steam by a lot. It still usually is. So it's like,
I actually played Orange Box on 360 the first time because the PC that I ran Half-Life 2 on didn't do that very well. So
least
anything after that was a shit show.
At least you didn't play it on PS3. I gather that was a very bad port.
Yeah, I read about that actually not too long ago, and they said it wasn't that bad after some patches. Still.
Yeah, well, Valve didn't do it themselves, I think. I think they had someone from
it was
EA do it, which is kind of the only time they've done that. So this game definitely has like a marked improvement in graphics from Episode 1 and Half-Life 2.
Yes, it does.
It's got so much more attention to detail. This is when the new particle system came in, I think. Better reflections. This distorty effect when you're under the water was new.
Oh, Gordon, thank God you're okay.
He wants to see Half-Life 2 for the original Xbox. I actually have a video
Hold
of
on a
that
sec.
on my
I'll get
YouTube
you out of
channel.
there.
Yeah, you should totally go to youtube.com/donhonk or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's accurate. The most recent thing I pirated was actually No One Lives Forever 2, just because
Stand back.
There's no other
have
way to
the
get it, right?
original- Yeah, you'd have to go on
Here
eBay
goes.
and get the discs. I was just lazy. I just played Nulf 1, which I actually had the discs for,
I forgot what a
so I
kick
didn't
this
pirate
thing
that,
has.
but
Here, you take the gravity gun.
I figure it really wasn't
You're
hurting
better with it
anyone.
than I am.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's pretty much okay to pirate a game that's not on any digital distribution service and you can't buy in a shop. It's like,
Yeah, like any copy I buy is not sending any money to the creators, so
yeah. So, there's no particular reason you need to get it
far.
to some secondhand seller.
Yeah.
When I couldn't
I
find
did
you,
not
I
get
got...
very far in Nulf 2, but it looked pretty. It had that lift tech engine
I
and
know,
stuff.
I know. I shouldn't have worried.
Yeah.
Well, we should keep moving.
So I'm going to be less down on this game than I've been on any of the other Half-Life 2
I heard
games
Vortigons a few minutes ago. Maybe
because
they're
it's
still around.
really good.
We've got a long way to go to find my dad.
It's a
The,
pretty good game.
the
I
only
like
thing
the new
that-
environment a lot.
Yeah, the new environment is great, although it's very like retcon. Like, there's really nothing before this game to suggest that this kind of environment exists anywhere near City 17. But hey,
Oh, I guess that's true, yeah.
it's fine, you know. But one thing that does irritate me a lot, hasn't been an issue so far, but it will, is Alex fawns over you like a lot. And it feels like a really clumsy
Oh my God.
let's congratulate the player thing, and she does it in episode 1 as well.
What the hell is
every
happening?
time you kill an enemy that is like a big one, like a gunship or a strider, she's like, "Oh my God, Gordon, that was incredible. You are amazing. You are so amazing."
Pretty much.
It actually makes you feel like not amazing when when someone like when when you do well at something and somebody tells you how amazing you are, it's like I don't even feel like I did well
Just
anymore.
let me down.
I found out about something the other day. So apparently, after this game came out, Valve released like heat maps showing
It's like the first days all over again.
huh.
I hope we don't get many more.
Yeah, Valve released a heat map showing where everybody dies in episode 2 levels, and I guess a forum thought that it would be cool to troll them by just all jumping off this bit, which is the first part you can die. So there's just a massive red patch on the heat map that must have given them pause.
that's
Like,
funny.
why is everybody dying there? Is there like a bug? No.
I read that tweet and I was thinking like, how long did they collect data on that? Did they just collect it one more time after they showed it off? Or like, I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, I think it might have been live. I think they might have been like, whatever system was tracking now was pushing it straight online. I think they use it for like CS and stuff. Check this out. What detail in these rails? It's a mesh, it's not brushes, so it bends as it goes up. That's crazy. This is the first game where the HDR actually looks really good as well.
Yeah, in general, I like all the new assets are super nice.
Tanishan says, I think they started writing Alex as actually secretly liking Gordon in this one. I think they actually did that in Half-Life 2 kind of from the start. Like, the first time you meet Eli, he's like, you fancy each other. You guys should date even though one of you is like 20 years, the other one's senior.
Yeah.
20
years.
What is it? I mean, fair enough,
he
he was in
wasn't-
stasis, you know.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
But-
technically, maybe not.
But you'd think the one perspective that would still be weird from is Eli's. It's like, yeah, so 20 years ago I had this dude I worked with, and 20 years
true.
later he's maybe gonna have kids with my 20-year-old daughter.
Let's not think about it too hard here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's such a lot more detail in this game than
Safe haven, it ain't.
previous Half-Life 2s. And it's not because of any technological improvement, really. It's as with Uplink, it's just that they're good at making it now. They're like, and I guess they spend a lot more time making custom props and things because maybe because there's less game to do because it's episodic.
Right,
So you
yeah,
get a higher
not-
quality product quicker was the idea, and it worked the first 2 episodes.
Man, I love these things. I mean, it was great.
It was really great. I mean, this came out in what, 2007? Half-Life 2 came out at the end of 2004. So after Half-Life 2, a year later we got Episode 1, and then a year after that we
Was
got
it only a year?
Oh wait, it was 2 years after that we got Episode 1, and then like
Oh, okay.
less than a year after that we got Episode 2. So
Get the timeline of this now.
it's sort of bothersome to me when people say that the episodic thing that Valve did was a complete failure, because it, like, I don't know, it wasn't. They fucked up somewhere, but I don't think it's a failure of the system. I think it's a failure of theirs specifically that we don't have details on.
Yeah, I mean, the fuck up definitely wasn't in 2 episodes because I thought they were great.
Yeah, they're
Um,
Okay,
really good.
Communication center. Let's
Just
see if we can
concluding
get
it,
out a
I
message
guess,
to my dad.
got out of hand.
Yeah, it does sound that way. It's that video of
At an old missile base.
like a compilation of Gabe Newell interviews about it, so that like in chronological order, so that you can see at
Yeah,
what point
yeah.
exactly they stopped talking about it. And one of the last ones before they stopped talking about it was Jeff Keighley's like, so are we gonna see anything crazy like a Portal type new game mechanics? And he's like, oh yeah, like there's several things on the order of Portal that are gonna blow the socks off everybody in episode 3.
Oh, man.
And
Take a while.
and he's like the portal gun, like going through portals, like how everyone was with that, like
Go for it.
there's gonna be multiple of those. And Gabe's like, yeah, totally. I was like, wow. And
Yo.
and then a little bit later, he's like, there's another interview where there's like, so he's like, I have nothing to say about episode 3, and they're like, well, you're still making it though, and he's like, of course we're still making it. And after that,
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
keep
no, I
getting
just have
worse
nothing to
from
say. So his
Man, I really love these interiors, like these wooded little, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're cool. These little shacks are all cool in this game.
episode 2's forests are definitely the best setting in Half-Life 2. They're so nice.
Yeah, F-Stop was always a really enigmatic name, I think.
This is a great Alex moment, by the way, where she goes up and she's like, oh, I wonder if I can fix this thing, knocks down this plug. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
I've waited long enough that she actually starts telling me to plug it in. But usually she knocks it down, doesn't realize she's knocked it down. You plug it in and she's like, I guess I fixed it.
Thanks. That did the trick.
That's funny, there's both outcomes, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, f-stop. Presumably something to do with camera aperture. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes me think, like,
White Forest.
I forget what the game was, but basically playing with
White
perspective
Forest, come in.
stuff, and or like
White
depth.
Forest, are you there?
I'm pretty sure there was one like that called Perspective.
Is it just called perspective? Yeah.
And Gordon too. We're okay.
Just like flattening,
Grab a City 17.
like depth of field, and like, oh, what's in focus, what isn't. Who knows what that could mean? But it, you know, the name is really like mysterious.
And they were talking about doing it for Portal 2 when Portal 2 wasn't going to have portals. That's another thing that, like, I feel like it's probably a failure of that Final Hours of Portal 2 book. It really makes it sound like they realized that Portal 2 had to have portals, so they cancelled this other Aperture game that they were excited about.
Yeah.
It's like, you could rename it. It had to have been more complicated than that.
All right, I want your opinion on something Portal 2 wise that bugs me. Does it bug you that the wacky, totally insane tone of Portal 2 exists in the same universe as Half-Life?
It does a little, but
like-
but you can kind of tell they're really, really, really trying to distance it from Half-Life 2, given that they already were locked into it being in the same universe.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's why they send it. They set it 99999 years in the future, and then hardly ever mention anything like Black Mesa.
To me, removes some of the mysteriousness of like, man, what if Earth gets blown up or something?
Yeah, a little. I mean, we know that
Like,
whatever
clearly
happens,
the
there's
Earth
still a
survived.
cornfield.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Earth is habitable, but some of the stuff that happens in Half-Life 2 would make you think, like, sort of an extinction level event might happen.
Yeah. Then again, it could be so far into the future that it's after the extinction level events and centuries later when the Earth's finally, like, starting to come back. Who knows?
Dad, are you there?
Hey, maybe that's something. Yeah.
An interesting question to ponder, I suppose, is whether they were actually, when they were making Portal 2, whether they were expecting Episode 3 to be out by then. Or if they already knew that it was kind of a bust.
Yeah, exactly. That's also, like, kind of the curious thing about it, because the writing goes so far in this comedic direction that it's like, did they just give up on linking these two?
This is pretty funny. A head crab landed here from an explosion over there before. Yeah, there were quite a few Black Mesa references in Portal 1, not so much in Portal 2. There were a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was Gladys is like, a lot's changed since you were out there on the surface, and there's that slideshow on the walls. Sorry, in some of the offices saying, talking about competing with Black Mesa for military contracts.
There's, of course, in Episode 2, the Aperture Laboratories logo by the Borealis.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing, I guess, is there's a slideshow in Portal 1 that says that, do you hear that? I can always count on you to find a way through. Like, lay off.
Yeah, it's a bit, it's laying it on a bit thick there.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the slideshow, there's a part that says that Gladys was originally, the brief was to make a fuel system icing inhibitor, and now we're competing with Black Mesa for it.
Okay.
And So Black Mesa just make a thing that inhibits icing in fuel systems, and Aperture make a sentient AI that also stops fuel systems icing up. So kind of overscoping it a bit there. But
Yeah, got out of control.
maybe it's
And
for the
then
Borealis'
about
fuel
that.
systems.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows? Like JP said yesterday, speculating about Half-Life is always a cell phone.
Yeah, speaking of teleportation and the Borealis,
Hey, can you
do
figure
you ever read about that thing called the Philadelphia experiment? It's like a UFO era kind of like theory or like hoax.
It rings a bell.
It's basically saying like, oh man, the ship
Careful out there.
disappeared. It was like teleporting.
Watch out here.
Not true, but it's kind of cool to read about.
Yeah. Half-Life 1 had a real X-Filesy vibe. I kind of liked
Yeah,
the Borealis
exactly.
seeming to go back to that a little bit. But yeah, so like when they were making episode 2, the assumption I guess was that they would have episode 3 ready like the next year or something. They had the people who made episode 1 working on episode 3 while these guys work on episode 2. And Portal 2 wasn't out yet. In fact, Portal 1 wasn't out yet when they were making this. So it seems like maybe they were like, oh yeah, Portal can be like synced up with episode 2, and then Portal 2 gets done, Portal 1 gets done, sorry, and episode 2 gets done. And and I turn around and it's like, oh okay, Portal's actually like an off-the-wall comedy. We were not expecting this. And we're now committed to like having our story for Half-Life exist in that universe in a very direct way, where we've actually got the Borealis with the Aperture Science logo and shit. It seems like a wires crossed situation. Like, I feel like they wouldn't have
Yeah,
deliberately done that with episode 2 if they knew how Portal was gonna go.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's for sure.
This was a pretty hectic moment the first time I saw it.
Yeah, man. Freaking drama.
Just stomps on her.
Oh shit.
It's a real asshole, this Hunter. Oh shit, I forgot the gnome. I can go back for it, right?
Oh, I think you're screwed, my boo.
I bet I can go back. Yeah, Portal 2 had the Borealis dock.
It's dramatic, but it's also kind of there. Just put Alex on ice. Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, can't have Alex, you know.
She's pretty much like the best, or at the time she really felt like the best, like NPC AI for hanging out with you the whole time. She's not that annoying, but even so.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff in episode 1.
This is when they changed the voice actor for the Vortal. Kind of like the new guy better.
Oh, really?
His whole mode of speech is different as well.
Require more than I alone can conjure. Let me
Are they like a
summon
hive
my
mind,
kin.
or is that not a thing?
They kind of are, I think.
Maybe a little, sorta.
But he has to yell out to his mates, so not really.
Gotcha. Gone,
They do talk
You know.
about
My kin will meet us at a shelter.
communion of the vortessence and shit like that. It sounds like they have some amount of telepathy.
I will stabilize her if the free man will provide us with protection.
I definitely like. If I had written them as having telepathy, but then I had the opportunity to have one yell like that, I would definitely just ditch the telepathy. That's a really cool yell.
right, yeah. Like, who needs
The gnome was back here somewhere, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought you dropped him in the tunnel.
I threw him this way.
Wow, you can go back a lot farther than I thought you could at that point.
Gnome. Oh, and then the thing came and hit the wall, so maybe Maybe Nomi got thrown out.
Possibly, yeah.
Could be under this crap.
God, it's such a pain in the ass when you start getting it with the car.
Oh yeah, I've never actually done the gnome achievement. I've never been one for
I thought you
achievements. No, I don't know. Maybe I have. Check my account, I guess, if you want. But
I'm gonna look. I did it on 360. The only game I ever got all the achievements for was Blood Money, and there's actually some interesting ones.
Alright, it's
like,
getting to be not making sense to use this gnome, so I'm just gonna go on with it. Sorry, yeah, Blood Money.
Yeah, there's an achievement for killing 47 people in a level, which is pretty interesting to try and keep track, because things get a little hectic when you need to
They do.
kill that many people in a level.
Do you have to kill exactly that many, or can you kill more?
Yeah, exactly that many, no more.
That's good. That's a good achievement.
So you're just popping guys, you're like 1, 2, 3.
Her state is delicate.
Pretty fun. Oh my god, I just clicked onto that link, it was loud. Oh, yeah, okay. I hear the Vortal in that Dota line. How many Dota lines did Mark Laidlaw write?
A lot, I think. Of course, they don't let you pull
there's
this.
so many characters.
Can restore this elevator's functionality.
Half-Life's
what
always
other
been
achievement?
about like taking the long way around when it's a locked door, but I find it a bit on the nose when someone else tells me to do it.
Yeah.
Press on, Faden, if you are able. I will take her to
Yeah, it is not that fun to carry around the gnome when you get the vehicle. Like, before that, it's kind of okay.
They should have just put a
After
socket
that-
on it, like, so that it just can
Yeah,
slot
the
right
gnome
in.
socket.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what it would have been called, I guess.
Cool. There's another achievement in Blood Money that's like, get all the weapons, and then you realize how many weird guns are in that game.
Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat.
Oh, no worries.
Tony Todd, gnomed. What happens if monsters attack the Vort when he's carrying Alex? Nothing, because it just doesn't happen. I talked to him a lot about it. Who did you talk to a lot about it?
I think you talked to Mark Laidlaw about writing Dota.
Oh, okay. I have talked to
the
Mark Laidlaw a
scary
lot about things as well. Mark Laidlaw is a good dude. He bought me pizza.
Oh, nice. Come on, pizza. Dang. Oh, this is a cool puzzle. I like this thing.
Yeah, that's a cool little physics thing. It's not the most gimmicky physics thing there is.
So I looked at your achievements. You have everyone in episode 2 except squish every antlion grub, which, by the way, is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And Little Rocket Man. So yeah, you never did the gnome thing.
Oh, that's cool. There's an antlion here just kicking the shit out of a corpse. Don't remember that happening.
Yeah, dude. It's a cool little bit.
And he runs off.
Just playing with his food.
Yeah, the visuals in this game are so much better than Half-Life 2. But
Yeah, the art really comes into its own.
yeah, there really isn't like a technical reason.
Yeah, I think it's just all art style stuff, and it does benefit from having stuff that is higher poly, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. They start to do stuff like bake AO maps on their static props, which you saw a lot of in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Oh man, Left 4 Dead looks pretty timeless as well.
Baking static AO maps is like an interesting, like seemingly a brief thing that happened. Most engines will not have you do that anymore, right? Like
No,
Like-
TF2 stuff you do. all
baking it
day.
into the diffuse, that is, you do make an AO map in most things, but
Yeah, for sure. Actually, it was interesting because like there's kind of this gap between PBR, which is the thing now, and like mobile stuff. And I actually found out in Substance Painter you can bake down, like, you know, you get an IBL, the image-based lighting and stuff in Substance Painter, and it looks really nice. and you're like, well, this is too expensive to run on a phone, but you can bake all that information down into a diffuse, which is really cool.
That's rad.
So yeah, that kind of technique has come back in that way. I've been using that. It's pretty cool.
All right. I'm going to do what I do every time, which is a really tokenistic attempt to get the Antlion Grub achievement.
Dude, it was really frustrating because I think I missed one.
Oh, I've heard that story so many times. It's got to be like a really hidden one.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like the pistol in Half-Life 2. A lot of people don't. I think it's really like punchy and nice.
It is a cool gun, and like the gun it's based on is this super rare, like basically race gun for like pistol shooting competition.
Oh, crazy.
Let me look that up. Yeah, basically there would be none of these lying around ever.
But in fact, it's like one of 2 types of guns that is in the game at all, of pistols.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, USP match. It's like for shooting competitions.
But hey, it's cool is the main thing.
It's super cool looking.
These caves are really great.
Yeah, I love the shader on it.
Yeah, the SS bump shader, the self-shadowed bump mapping thing, which is like a weird source anachronism. Nothing else really requires a different map for self-shadowed bump, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know the technicalities of it exactly, but the other thing it does is what they called seamless scale, which is just a world-aligned texture so that you don't get seams between your displacements. These fucking things, man.
I'm uploading an image of the real thing. Oh, the real gun. It's a cool looking gun, man. Oh, injured, please. Nerf totally made an FPS. Yeah, I heard it was awful. Like, really awful.
Just reading the chat again. Something about Magnuson. Oh yeah, the gnome should totally slot into the... Although that bracket for the Magnusons isn't actually in there until you meet that citizen.
Oh, crap.
You do go there later, I don't have to kill these Antlion grubs here. I'm not going to go for that achievement, actually, fuck it. Yeah, it's a cool shader and stuff for Source, but it's kind of hilarious how easy stuff like that is in Unreal, and was at the time they got excited about it for Half-Life 2. Oh no, difficult. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, like a year ago or something, there was a big new technology post about CSGO, about some new shaders and shit they were doing for CSGO, and graphics functionality that was all just like laughably basic shit that was like maybe cutting edge in like 2008, but it was all new to the Source engine, and there was no like self-awareness of that in the post at all. It's like talking about it like it's bleeding edge technology, but it's like you can use 2 UV maps on a mesh. Or like...
Right, yeah. It was all stuff for mappers, basically.
Yeah. Stuff that should have been exposed years ago that previously wasn't. Wow, this is a resilient grub.
They worked wonders with how that map looks. It looks pretty insanely nice.
Yeah, Nuke does look very good. Ah yes, the Python. Good on him for giving me this nice and early again.
I know, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard to find the page that talks about the tech, actually. I was looking for it the other day. When I say the other day, like a month ago or something.
Yeah, I was looking for my tweet about it. I don't know why we were both looking for this thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We just think about it like...
I just thought it was very funny.
Yeah, it's just interesting how they're maintaining and kind of still adding the Source, but then they also have a Source 2 game.
Yeah,
and then they have an even older source game because TF2 still being developed, and then they start doing stuff with Unity for VR.
Yeah, I talked to them about that. It seemed like a weird choice. Like if you were going to ditch your own engine to make a VR thing, Unity doesn't seem like the go. Like,
right?
Unreal and maybe like CryEngine, but certainly not Unity, right? If you're trying to make a thing. Turns out that's actually kind of why they picked it. They just know that a bunch of this guy said to me that they know a bunch of people use Unity, and it's a pain in the butt.
Okay.
So by using Unity to make parts of the lab, they could find like where they get limited by it and what's really difficult on there, and then
Man, that's
share
kinda
their
tough,
progress at making that easy. So
yeah, like if you want to further the platform, that's kind of a good idea.
yeah, so they just, well, a lot of people are going to use Unity. Let's use Unity and make it a better experience for people who are using it. And so they released like a renderer, I think, for Unity, so that's nice and good.
CSGO source is super broken.
Oh shit! And now they've released Steam Audio for it, and that's coming out for Unreal as well. Steam Audio seems really rad.
Yeah, I really want to see that start showing up.
There's a lot of good stuff that really maybe should have been done a long time ago, but is now only getting done because VR is a thing. That it's nice. It's nice when a technology that a lot of people aren't necessarily interested in still contributes to everybody's stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I want Valve to do more of that middleware stuff.
I mean, they're in the right position to do it. I mean, I think they would only benefit, really.
Drowning antlions are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I talked to Valve about licensing their physics engine. That they have a new one called Rubicon, which replaces Havok. Presumably, they wanted to stop paying Havok for the license, but they didn't want to lose their great physics.
Right.
They at some point they hired a big wig from Havok, and they've got a new engine. I asked if they were ever gonna make that middleware, and the guy said that theoretically they would like to, but they got too much on their plate to deal with the support burden of that. Yeah. My main thing is I just want to get away from physics because,
Right. Yeah.
the more I go back and look at source engine stuff, the more I'm like, you know what, I couldn't rely on that in UE4 because of physics. Like, anytime you just see, like, look at this, like, there's a barnacle pulling the thing up to the ceiling and spitting it down to the ground, and I know with a high degree of certainty that if I like suddenly go like 5 FPS and then the next second I'm 120 and every possible thing is spazzing out, those physics are not gonna break on me, and that crate isn't gonna go through the wall. Whereas UE4 physics will kind of do that at the drop of the hat, even if you enable substepping and stuff.
Physics is saying that stuff is just bolted down now.
Yeah.
Kind of regressed a bit, I feel like.
Yeah. Physics really only got picked up in a really token way. I think I said on one of the other streams, like, use it to do like destruction on stuff that it doesn't matter where the parts go flying off to, and stuff like the cache in the bank scene in Arkham Knight or whatever, where there's money flying all through the air. It's great for that. Where it doesn't possibly matter where any of those notes ends up. But,
oh, he linked the engine improvements thing.
oh, good. Everybody check out those engine improvements. Speaking of checking things out, someone mentioned a little while ago that Don Honk's YouTube channel is really good and full of interesting stuff. You should definitely check it out.
Oh man, I should make videos.
Yeah, you should. You're really good at it. Look at his Laserdisc video. It's like great.
Oh man, I hate looking at my own stuff on there, but thank you.
Well, I guess especially since that's one way you speak and nobody likes hearing their own voice. But
Yeah.
you build up a resistance to it, and you have a really good voice.
No.
Hands up
That's
in the
not
chat
good.
if you think Don Honk's got a good voice for radio.
Oh lord.
Everybody's gonna put that chat hand up. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, maybe. I'll do more. I think I was also nervous, it's hard to do
Well, it doesn't show.
written stuff.
It doesn't show at all in that video. It made me just want to watch more videos like that. I don't know what it is. Panda do about this a lot. Just like, that's a satisfying video to watch. It's full of like
really?
laser discs sliding in and out of their packaging, like laser disc drives opening and closing, and your voice over the top being like, yeah, saying things. I'm not gonna do an imitation.
I'll make more cool vids. I have some stuff I should do.
Um,
for sure.
If you do want to come on the stream, Max, you can call me on Skype if you want. I'm the only Joe Wintergreen on Skype.
Yeah, he's the only one, baby.
Or in the phone book.
Yeah, Techmoan is a really cool channel. If you've never seen it, it's absolutely fascinating.
This chapter is called This Vortal Coil. It's big on puns.
So good.
This game, chapter name wise. Later on, there's Our Mutual Fiend, although that actually is a reference to some obscure piece of cinema.
You idiot.
Oh, really?
Gordon
Okay,
Freeman.
that's cool.
The Vortal said he was on the way. Dr.
Yeah,
Freeman,
I've seen that pretty much every video Techmoan put out. It's pretty great.
Who's Techmoon?
He basically buys all the stuff I wish I could.
Oh, nice.
He has a lot of cool vinyl stuff, which I would probably never get into as well. He has like old music playing systems for like grocery stores in like the 50s and stuff. When that stuff was not easy to do, non-trivial is the word I was looking for. Super cool.
Sounds interesting. You should do like more videos along the lines of your Laserdisc video about like all the obscure crap you buy, because it's very interesting stuff.
Oh, true. Okay.
Like your little board thing you got the other day, a stream machine.
Oh yeah, Elgato Stream Deck is actually really cool. I saw that on some other channel. I was like, I'm just gonna impulse buy this because it seems rad.
Yeah, the track is about to play, I think, called Vortal Combat. Oh wait, this isn't where the big antlion fight happens, is it? That's at the end.
No, that's later. Yeah. I think you got
Oh, I love that fight. I was gonna say I'll just do this antlion fight and then I'll call it a stream day, but
You gotta keep going a little bit, maybe.
I guess I don't know. I do like the bit where you retrieve the larval extract.
Yes, true. That's a cool section.
Yeah. Miraculous secretion.
When a tunnel lights up, we move a few turrets in front of it.
It's quite a thing to say.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I have some Virtual Boy stuff I could make a video about.
Oh, totally. Compare it to the Vive.
Compare it to the Vive.
Definitely do
Boy,
a comparison video.
If I had to compare it, it's like comparing, well, the Virtual Boy is kind of like a freaking amusement park distraction that costs like 50 cents in comparison to the Vive.
Yeah. Match.
It's like a little fun world you look into, and it's super basic and stupid, but I like the Virtual Boy.
Seems like fun. This is a very hands-off sequence.
Yeah, definitely. You just enjoy some of the writing. Yes, this is like first defense.
This is something I never noticed, but these tracks from the mines just end here. I guess, well, yeah, I guess they would carry stuff onto the lift.
Yeah, out from here.
But there's missing polygons at the end of the rail.
Oh my god, that's so kind of bad.
But again, you know, how many years later is it, and we're now noticing for the first time?
We're just now noticing exactly. You see that blood money thing that was like, Alan, please add text.
No, what's that?
Oh, it's so classic.
Oh no, I did see this. Like a repeated in-joke in all the Hitman games.
Yeah, after that, it was like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
It was this big like seafood tray that you bring to the guy on the boat. And I guess Alan just never added the description.
Well,
Great.
to be fair to Alan, you shouldn't write shit into a game like, Alan, please add text.
Very true, yeah. carried 2 turrets to another map. From another map? That'd be impressive. Where's more turrets?
I don't know. There might be more in the bit after this, before you come back here, I guess.
Yeah.
We definitely haven't encountered any before in this game, but oh yeah, I never noticed this. There's something like below.
That's ominous.
I'm gonna
like down
cheat
there,
and
pit.
like look in the pit.
It's a pretty cool pit, you guys.
Cool. Wonder if anything was ever supposed to happen down here. Oh wait, you know what? You come up here later. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, rip. I just saw you die. I like when you looked up in this thing. It doesn't really give you the impression that there's sunlight casting into here with the lighting. But if you look up, it's a nice view.
Yeah. I guess there is. This seems like sunlight, right? Is there like a tiny bit of sunlight coming in? I think that might be fake. I'm not sure.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, right there it does. If you did this in UE4, it'd just be bounce light all over.
I can always try it.
That's true. We have the technology now.
Alright, so I'm not actually super down for fighting all these antlands right now. Maybe I should have played with the developer commentary.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done that.
All these chapters are actually really long, it feels like, compared to some of the Half-Life 2 ones.
Yeah, definitely, actually. Like,
Yeah.
It's a pretty substantial little thing.
Yeah, like, so this has been one chapter since... Well, I guess this chapter just started, actually, but it goes all the way until you go do the extract, and you come back up here, and then you let...
Yeah, another defense.
Alex gets revived, and you have a G-Man sequence. What else happens? And then there's, like, a few more big rooms as you fight your way out to the surface. It's a pretty healthy chapter.
For sure.
I guess the thing that like makes me commend this game the most, I guess, or just a piece of evidence that this game is great, is Half-Life 2. I just can't stop myself pointing out stupid shit like all through. Like, oh, this sucks. This bit of level design is bad, and it's probably not super entertaining to listen to, you know. But here I'm just like pointing out things that are good the whole way.
It's true. Yeah, we haven't mentioned much. It's like.
It's a really well-designed game.
Shame they never, followed it up.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But hey,
Longest sigh.
maybe there'll be a Half-Life game soon.
Oh man, I hope so. Before the apocalypse happens.
Someone just added me on Steam. Is that one of y'all?
It's not me.
Yesterday was the 11th anniversary of...
Oh. Half a full life consequences.
Oh, really?
Zombie ghosts, leave this place.
John Freeman. It's time to do what has to be done by me and go to help my brother where he is.
What do you think is better, that or Deus Ex, the recut?
It's probably just full life consequences. Or,
Alright, yeah.
I mean, did you see that video of Laura talking about Half-Life?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I think that ranks.
That's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, not the video, the fanfic itself, wow.
Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, I haven't actually read the fanfic. Is them all?
Yeah, I don't know. Max might know. It's a good question. It's like, if there's deleted scenes. Trying to think of other quotes from that video, but I really can't. I remember the part where he hits the CS office computers, which is still great, I think.
Yeah. I think
classic.
Zombie Ghosts Leave This Place is a bit of a classic.
Yeah, that's the one I can definitely remember.
I've never actually let this guy die. Presumably he does die if you... I think I'm done streaming, so I might like oh, that's interesting. If you press T, there's no spray, but it does play the spray paint sound.
Oh really? That's funny.
I think I'm gonna let him die, and
Let him die.
and see what happens. I'm sure it just fades to black, and then there's a little snarky message.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much what you're saying.
But I'm gonna do it.
Snarky, maybe. Mission critical person died or something.
Shouldn't that mine be going off?
It should be. Maybe if it was on the other side.
He's got very muscular, lean arms.
Heck yeah, dude.
What a dud of a mine. Oh, there we go.
When does he die?
The Alex van. We need help.
Takes a bit. Yeah, Trash Bang, how far does that, how far in the game does that go? Malkavian mod.
The Alex van. We need help.
Because I remember getting to UNACO and then kind of not continuing after that.
That's pretty much what happens every time I go to replay Deus Ex. I've played Liberty Island so many times that I'm really tired by the time I finish it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, my point at which I thought most games would end is, like, Hong Kong. Because, like, if it was a normal game, that's where it would end.
Yeah, for sure. I don't remember much beyond that because I only played those parts once. After Hong
Oh,
Kong.
really?
Yeah, everything after Hong Kong I've only played once.
You remember going to Paris?
Yes. Yeah, I remember killing Gunther. Is that it? Do I not have to participate in this fight?
Oh, it's just one level, just UNACO? Okay. I wasn't sure if there's more to that mod than that.
Wow, I didn't fire a shot.
Hey Doc, you cover the breach.
Nice.
They're 12.
There you go.
We got 24.
Maybe if you were on hard, he would have died.
I'm gonna put in fast forward.
What was wrong with that hole?
Do it.
Yeah, well,
Oh, were you on hard?
Oh God,
I'm on normal, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm on hard.
He's on hard. Oh, crap. One tough board. I'm pretty sure I've seen him die before and there's just a message. Pretty sure.
look out! Reloading. Yeah. What the hell?
It's kind of weird if not.
Wow, you don't even have to participate. That's fine. Illusion shattered, but that's Half-Life for you.
True. Yeah, look too hard. That's most games,
Oh,
I guess.
wait, what did it say? Fuck. Anybody see what it said?
Oh no.
It was like, so it ends, something. Alright, I'll put it on twice as fast.
Oh yeah, it's kind of written like the Vort was saying it, I think.
Yeah.
Under attack. Look alive. Hey, it's the Vort.
Oh, fight's
Whereas,
over.
like when you fuck up the vehicle, it's like G-Man or something said it.
Yeah, if you die in like a main quest kind of way, in like a script breaking way in Half-Life 2, you get a little G-Man-y message. But
Do you think that, yeah, in this game, is it all Vort?
yeah, it's all Vought in this, because you know you're not in the G-Man's thrall anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of
and-
cool.
Yeah, there's actually a favorite one of mine where if you leave Alex behind in the car at one point, it says, it fades to black and it says, it tells you what you did wrong, and then it says, those who do not learn from their mistakes are doomed to an endless Vortal loop. Which is presumably like when you load your game and you do it again, it's like an endless Vortal loop.
Yeah, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah. Alright, this music is sick, so I'm just gonna get in the zone and actually fight some airlines.
subtitles. Like, how many times? Man, it's been a while since that movie came up. I don't know how you messed that up. Oh, this looks hectic, dude. Wait, what about Doom 2007?
Just realized I've got no crosshair.
Oh, boy. You ever do the thing where you put something on your screen, like in a game that doesn't have it?
I've never done that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, like, game crossing into real life thing.
These guys won't leave me any antlines.
Right? Yeah, there was some people selling it. It was like a suction cup plus a red LED for like Call of Duty. Like, put this on your screen and you can hip fire better.
Your injuries are grave. This will necessitate deep submersion into vortices. Indeed. We require the larval extract. Oh, yes. The extract. Yes. Agree.
I will make the journey to seek the extract, deep within the nest, in the sacred nectarian. But I cannot hope to bring it back.
We must remain
Blue tack.
the Alex Vance.
I love these guys.
Please, Freeman.
No, right?
Join me.
That's a good bit.
Yes. There is no final.
What is the healing sound supposed to be? Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Follow, Freeman.
I'm thinking about it. Like, I thought I had an answer for that. but
Better
I
get
don't think
moving,
I do.
Doc. Follow the fort. Seriously, Freeman, you need to get going.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like X.
Something's giving you extra morphine for your HEV suit.
Yeah, and it's like air escaping something. Like this high-tech injection system.
So I think I'll leave it there. Even though the Vort is great. I'm realistically, unlike with Half-Life 2, I'm not going to get to a part of this game where I'm like, oh, I'll leave it here because I don't like this bit.
Yeah.
Because it's all great. That was the closest right there, because it's a bit tedious at first when you're fighting those antlines. But
Yeah.
once the Vorts rock up...
Especially on stream.
Lead on.
Oh, this is a fun bit though, like, is this it? Hang on. There's a part where, they kind of make fun of the part of how their AI can't climb ladders. Where you climb a ladder and go around a corner and jump off something that you can't get back over. And the Vortigaunt hasn't been following you up to that point, and then you hear like the ladder rung sounds of him climbing it, and then he teleports to the top, and jumps over, and he's like, "Fear not, I follow." It's like, yep, you faking climbing a ladder.
Yeah, I forgot you pal around with the port for a while, which is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. He's so good. This whole section actually was the Antline caves where you hang out in caves with a Vortigaunt is in the leaked Half-Life 2 in some of the old maps. Yeah, so that was something that they wanted for a long time, I guess. Even the animations for the Antline guard that you fight in here, who like sticks his nose into little holes and like rattles around for you when you get into a little hole and escape. Those animations were in Half-Life 2's Antline guard because that was all planned for Half-Life 2. I think it was going to be like in the seafloor area. But,
This guy's letting you down, making you cut out a bit. I think you're fine on stream though.
okay, cool. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Look at these caves though. Matt wireframe 1. Oh, okay, Matt. Okay.
Once again, it was fun to come in.
Yeah, it's fun to have you come in. Look at these nice smooth caves. They're awesome.
Max, I think you're totally invited to talk as well, whenever.
Yeah, there's like not a great deal of stuff that is in episodes 1 or 2 that isn't in the leak in some way, I think. Like conceptually at least.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I have a new invite. Did somebody from the chat called TNT something add me? I think that's what it was. Verifying login information.
Maybe that's Tonician.
TNT the deity.
Hey, that kind of rhymes.
I mean, if it's one of you guys, I'll accept it. But if it's not, I will not.
It's not Tonician. I think you got a rando there.
Alright, I'll catch you, rando.
Oh, here, let me send you something real quick.
I
have a rando invite.
Oh, Max totally added me, and I didn't get the notification because I was in game, and I probably missed the chat conversation the chat line where you said that. Sorry about that.
Oh, oops.
I guess you can come in on the next
totally
stream. There's always more Half-Life Episode 2 to play.
Look at this crap, dude. I got a rando invite, and that's a group they're in. And I'm like, this isn't acceptable. Why is this not banned, to be honest?
Oh, okay.
What the fuck, dude?
The
Troubling.
Third Reich.
Yeah, I'm gonna go report it. That's all I can really do, I guess.
Wow, so you can now be a member of the Third Reich on Steam.
On Steam, yeah, as long as there's a apostrophe before it.
I didn't even think Hitler was in the Steam group, so...
Yeah, he's not the admin currently.
All right.
I'm going to report them impersonating another group or organization. And then I'm going to type, they are trying to be Nazis. There we go.
Nazis are no good. If I ran Steam, I would just batch ban from Steam everybody in that group.
No kidding, right? It's just not appropriate. Oh, there's a bunch of ASCII swastikas. Great. Perfect.
I think also I'm gonna see if I do a multiplayer game like the multiplayer game you and me were thinking of doing. I think maybe what we should do is have the game watch the chat for like racial slurs and Nazi shit, and when it detects some Nazi shit, it should like Alt F4 out of the game and delete itself and auto fill out the refund form for the game on Steam, and then hopefully those refunds will get approved and they're gone, out you pop.
Oh man, that would be wild.
That'd be good.
I approve.
Yeah.
General 4chanery, very true. That is something that's kind of distressing. Like when you're younger and you're like a teenager, you're like, man, they're just kidding on 4chan. I mean, it's really stupid, but they're not serious.
And then
grow up fast forward later, they're totally serious.
Oh yeah, maybe they weren't before. They probably were, but they certainly are now.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Careful out there.
Yeah, be careful out there.
It's fucked up.
Watch your step, mind how you go.
Yeah.
I should end all my
Tread
streams like this. Tread lightly, my brothers and sisters. Watch your step. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Be safe.
Exactly. Be safe. Yeah. I like it.
Be safe out there.
Reminds me when the Connect 2 detected swearing in a baseball game and gave you a technical foul. That's pretty great.
That's pretty good. Also, what was good was Max Payne 3's multiplayer, if it detected you were cheating, it wouldn't notify you in any way. It would just only let you into servers that were all other cheaters. Like, it just created a new matchmaking category, not character, for cheaters. And unbeknownst to them, they could only ever play with other cheaters. So anytime you saw someone online, just be like, Max Payne 3 is good, but the multiplayer is just full of cheaters. You know that you're actually talking to a cheater.
That's funny.
It's pretty good stuff. All right, thanks everybody for coming. You're good people. And I will see you next time on the stream.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I need a theme song that comes in here.